How's it going, everyone? Adam here, and I got to visit Bishop Sheen's tomb in Peoria, Illinois a couple weeks ago now, and I recorded an interview that day with two of my very good friends, Brian and Mick, and we talk a lot about Fulton Sheen, so tune into this exclusive interview. Stick to the end of the video, please, and if you don't mind, you can go to SheenRosaries.com and check out the exclusive Carpenter limited edition rosary for the year of St. Joseph. I think this one's awesome. But before you do that, like, subscribe to our channel, and let's hop right into this interview. My dear friends, Brian and Mick. That point at him?
Yeah, hey, thanks for having us on, Adam. Appreciate it.
So I decided to bring on my two very good friends, Brian and Mick, because they both play different parts in the Bishop Sheen Rosary story, and also they have different connections to Fulton Sheen themselves. Brian actually grew up in Bishop Fulton Sheen's hometown, and Mick was in seminary for the Diocese of Peoria, which was the diocese that Fulton Sheen was ordained into. We actually got to visit his tomb this morning at the cathedral. It was really special for me. So Brian grew up in the same hometown as Archbishop Fulton Sheen, the place he was born. And I want to ask Brian, what does being in Bishop Sheen's birthplace do for the identity of the town and for your family and for all those in El Paso, Illinois?
Yeah, so I would say the main thing that is unique for our parish with how small it is we get a lot of people visiting, actually. We've had people from all over the country and all over the world visit our parish because while it's not the same church that Archbishop Sheen was baptized in, we have the same statues and it's still where he was baptized. We get quite a few people for that. One interesting tidbit is he was actually born above a tavern, and that's, I'm pretty sure, because he's very Irish.
Extremely Irish.
You have the same baptismal font, right?
No. Long story with that.
Okay.
The baptismal font has been lost. So if anyone finds it, I'm sure the parish would love that.
Give us a call, please,
yes,
if you find the baptismal font.
100%.
Probably the Archdiocese of New York.
So Mick, kind of funny about your last comment, but he was a seminarian for the Diocese of Peoria, and I wanted to know if the other guys that you were in seminary with had strong devotion to Venerable Fulton Sheen, or they had connections or stories about him. How did that shape your seminary experience?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it was kind of a profound experience to be following in the footsteps of someone we hope to be a living saint soon, or to be a canonized saint soon. What was actually coolest to see was seminarians from other dioceses. So I think growing up in Peoria, it's sometimes just like the water you swim in, and you're always around it, and it is powerful. But the seminarians outside who love Fulton Sheen and go crazy, like, they're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you have him in Peoria. It's just an awesome reminder that, like, yeah, we have America's bishop as our patron, really.
Right. Maybe a little bit more of a softball question, but do you think that Archbishop Fulton Sheen should be beatified, canonized? Where at the process should he be? Why or why not?
I'm learning patience, so go ahead.
Yeah, I would say he definitely should be, because no one is perfect. And I think the closer we are to the life of the saint and the more recent it is, the easier it is to see their faults. And one major thing I've heard is like, oh, he was super prideful. And he was, but he knew that. So he was working on it. And he talked about that in his books. So I think that's honestly an even better testament when someone knows that they have those faults and they still are striving. So yeah, I absolutely do.
Yeah, and I would say let the grace do the talking for the canonization also. Certainly the church has a very thorough vetting process for canonizations, and it's good to trust that process and let it take its time. But also, yeah, recognizing miracles when they do happen, and seeing the effect of his life has certainly made a very, very strong case, and I'm excited and encouraged, and I think it will happen eventually, but it's good to trust the church's process also. So
Very good points. And so C.S. Lewis says that to be a saint, you should be gloriously different. What makes Archbishop Fulton Sheen different than the other saints?
Oh man, I would say the biggest thing, and we forget about this because of our age, but he was the biggest show on television, and he was Catholic, talking about a Catholic apologetics. He didn't pull any punches, and people who weren't Catholic would like shut down their businesses to watch this show. That's pretty freaking crazy if you think about it. Like, I can't even picture that happening today. So I say that's super.
Would you say he's bigger than, say, Bishop Barron or Father Mike Schmitz today?
Yeah. It's not even close, because people in the Catholic circle know both of them really well. People that aren't Catholic probably wouldn't know their names. Father Mike Schmitz got a little bit of press, obviously, because of his Bible app, which is awesome. Being the number one podcast is huge, but it's not the same as being the number one TV show for decades. That's crazy.
Imagine substituting out your favorite Netflix show to listen to a Catholic bishop speak for an hour. That's amazing. That's really amazing. So about 60 Minutes, so about Stephen Colbert or whatever it may be, the late night show.
Stranger Things.
And this was in a time, so about Stranger Things, even Stranger Things. That's impressive. Actually, so
this was filmed in front of a live studio audience. Our wives are right here. Not mixed, but Brian and my wife are here listening in.
And imagine this was at a time when you watch TV, you watch it together as a family at a set time each week, and it was set aside for specifically 1 or 2 shows. So they wanted to listen to him, and he was a singularly unique figure for sure.
And the name of the show, Life is Worth Living. Life is Worth Living. Yep.
If you haven't heard of it, there's a podcast out from the Peoria Seminarians called Life is Still Worth Living.
Nice.
And most of the talks are on YouTube. They're actually having a huge resurgence, which is kind of cool to see because it's completely the content. The presentation is very like 60s style. It's not quite what we're used to, but the actual content is so good that it kind of reaches through generations, which is kind of cool.
Real quick, last lightning round, go round, we'll say, what is your favorite written work by Fulton Sheen that you would suggest to our audience?
World's First Love. It's his book on Mary, and it's probably the best book on Mary I've ever read. It's incredible.
I think undoubtedly and objectively speaking, Life of Christ is his best work that he's ever produced.
That's fair.
It makes the Life of Christ literally like a blockbuster movie. It's amazing and will transform your prayer. All of the other ones are fantastic and great and worth reading. But Life of Christ.
I would also throw in there 3 to Get Married. Bethany and I read that before our marriage to prepare for it. All great books. He's got some amazing written works. He's got some amazing film and live audience shows that he's done. Please check out all these resources and more, and we'll have links. Thanks for tuning in with us today. Thank you to both Mick and Brian, and we'll catch you on the next one.
From us
to you.
Through Mary. Thanks, guys.
God bless you.